Hi, Steward. Thank you so much for joining me once again for yet another series. Now, this series is about budgeting. I was thinking about it and I thought I wish we had done the budgeting series before we even got here. But actually, it's because many people really wanted help with debt management. All right. And so the budgeting series is here right now at SheStewards Financial Ministries. And I'm Dr. Winnie Wamlanga. And over the next 12 classes, we'll explore not just how to budget, but how to make budgeting a powerful act of worship. Yes, it can be a powerful act of worship, it can be a powerful act of discipline and stewardship. So, for this class, the scripture that we'll think about is Proverbs 21, verse 5, which says, "The plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance, but everyone who is hasty comes to poverty." Yes, it's that sad. So today's class is all about why budgeting matters and how it aligns with biblical wisdom. All right? So, what is budgeting? You may ask. We will start with the basics. I worked with in corporate America in the finance industry for over 10 years, right? But I really was good at budgeting for my boss, but I wasn't really good at budgeting for myself and my family. And because of that, for the next for the last week of after the paycheck, our family would not be we wouldn't be happy. All right. And because of that, we would get into debt. And that's why actually I started with the debt management series, because I had to step aside and learn some things in order to come back and talk to you about them. All right. So if you have missed the classes about debt management, please go back and watch those. And then so we'll move forward now. So budgeting is simply creating a plan. It's creating a plan for how you want to spend your money. How to spend your money. Not how you want to, but how to spend your money. You are telling your money where to go. And you're not, so if you have told your money where to go, then you won't wonder where it went. All right. And so, yes, um, you and I, because we're here, we are stewards. All right. And so that means that we don't view budgeting as just math, but it's actually obedience. It's about obedience. It's about purpose. And it's about peace. All right. So the scripture that I was thinking about is the one in Luke 14:28, which says, "Suppose one of you wants to build a tower. Won't you first sit down and estimate the cost?" Yes. So, my friend, budgeting is a powerful tool. Okay? So, if budgeting is a powerful tool, then why do we struggle with budgeting? Because it looks like so many of us struggle with budgeting, at least for my clients, the people that have been coming to me. Most of them needed help with this. Okay? If you don't know, yes, I help people gain financial freedom, and you can sign up for one of our classes at SheStewards Financial Ministries. SheStewards.org is the website to go to in case you haven't done so. Please do so. And yeah, number one, many people avoid budgeting because it reveals uncomfortable truths. All right. Number two, many people think that actually budgeting is too complicated, and that's why we are here to guide you through the process. All right. Number three, many people associate budgeting with restriction. No, it's not. Okay. So I will let you know that budgeting is empowering and it's not limiting. I'll also let you know that freedom doesn't come from ignoring your finances. It comes from managing them with purpose. Remember, you are called a steward, and so I am called a steward, and so am I. All right? So, then what's the purpose of a budget? I identified 5 reasons for why you need to budget. Yes, budgeting matters. One is for clarity. When you budget, you are able to know where your money is going. And so the opposite is true. All right. Two, you have control over your money. When you have set a budget and you see that beautiful shoe or beautiful handbag, you will not just go spend money anyhow, buying anything. Why? Because you have set a budget, you have set a rail, you have set a boundary on how much you're supposed to spend, then you will not just spend anyhow. All right? So your choices will be intentional. I will buy this because it's according to budget. It's within my budget. All right. Number three, it reduces financial anxiety. I told you when even if we were getting a lot of money as a family, because we were not budgeting our finances well, we would end up with not enough and then getting into debt. All right. Number four, progress. When you have a budget, it moves you forward to your financial goals. How are you going to save for your business if or whichever investment that you want to save for if you do not save for it? But if you do have a budget and in that budget there is the savings line, it's going to be easy for you. All right? Then number five, saving honors God with what He's given to you. Remember, we are stewards, we're not owners. All right? So, 1 Corinthians 4:2 says, now it's required that those who have been given a trust must prove faithful. If you're not faithful, that will be taken away, my friend. All right? So, when we create a budget, we're being faithful stewards. All right? So, the types of budgeting methods are here. I'm going to tell you 4 of them. Of course, it's more, but those are the ones that I identified that worked for me. We'll be looking at each and every one of them in the upcoming classes. So you don't want to miss the future classes. All right. So let's just look at them briefly. 1, the zero-based budgeting. Here, every dollar that you have is assigned a job. I love that. Another budgeting style, number 2, is the 50 to 30 to 20 rule, whereby you say that's after you've given 10% back to the owner. That is God. It's called a tithe. So 50% you spend on your needs, 30% on your wants, and then 20% on your savings or debt. And it depends, all right? I'm not saying that you have to use this method, but I'm saying that you can adjust each method according to fit into your lifestyle, all right? Then number 3, there is the envelope system, whereby you use cash envelopes for each category, okay? Then there is the percentage budgeting, whereby you allocate percentages based on your goals. That I'm going to spend this on, a percentage on this, a percentage on this, depending on what you're planning to do. All right. So, my friends, as I promised you, we'll be looking at each and every method at length. All right. All right. So, I just want to tell you that budgeting is spiritual. And that's why at SheStewards Financial Ministries, we believe that your faith and finances are deeply connected. When we look at budgeting, the more we've learned about budgeting, the more I've realized that budgeting has taught me how to be disciplined. If you do have a pen, please write this down. Hebrews 12:11. Read the scripture. And then also patience. Read Hebrews 1:4. And then budgeting also helps you become content. That is Philippians 4:11. All right. So that means that each time you sit down to budget, you are saying, God, I trust you. I will plan. I will serve. I will give to you, and I will give to the poor, and I will steward what you've placed in my hands. All right? So, Proverbs 3:9 says, honor the Lord with your wealth and with your first fruits of all your produce. So, How have you been living your life? I would like to know, because before I stepped aside to look into our personal finances as a family, we were living reckless lives, you know? We loved credit cards. We were not saving enough. If you haven't gotten to the lesson about saving, please do. And remember, saving is not teaching you how to hoard. There are people who have decided to save so much that they've become hoarders. There's a difference between saving and hoarding. All right. Now back to budgeting. So, what have we learned in this lesson? We've learned that budgeting is a tool for clarity, control, and calling. Number two, that it's not about lack, it's about purpose. Number three, that you don't need to be perfect, you need to be consistent. All right? So, the homework for you, my friend, will be to write down why you are budgeting. That means, why does it matter to you? Why does budgeting matter to you, whether it's spiritually, emotionally, or practically? Let me know. You don't have to, yeah, please. You can write it in the comments, but also you can write it as a reflection for you. All right? So please download the budgeting reflection worksheet. You can go to our website or Facebook or YouTube, whichever you get your resources from. All right? Wherever you get your resources from. And then number three, please pray for God's wisdom in stewarding your resources, your finances. You need to pray. Okay? Comment below. What's one reason you want to learn how to budget better? Please comment to that, because when you put these comments up there for me to read, it's easy for me to have the next classes. All right? So in our next class, we'll explore how to track your income and expenses with ease and faith. All right? Please like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you don't miss class number 2. So my friend, until we meet for class number 2, I love you, and so does Christ. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next class. Thank you. Have a good one. Bye.